Another freaking day. Another horrible, horrible, worthless, useless drama in the Genshin community once again. I knew I should not have scrolled through Twitter today, but that's what I get, I guess. So, yeah. Today we're going to be talking about controversy. Ooh, I love controversy. And, this controversy is freaking stupid. It is the dumbest freaking thing ever. And the more I think about it, and the more I look at this controversy, I'm just like, wow. Just, wow. So, the Natlan trailer, showing off all the characters and what the story's going to be like, in the next, upcoming months or weeks. They showed off all the characters, and I already knew. As soon as they showed off all the characters for Natlan, I was like, wait a minute. This is going to be like frickin' Sumeru, isn't it? And I was correct. This drama is so dumb. It's the most stupidest freaking thing ever, man. Oh my god. Representation in video games is the most dumbest thing ever. And, listen, all the characters on there are white. And, I don't really, me, a normal person, I don't freaking care that the characters in that game are white, so... I just watched the trailer and I was like, oh, look at these cool characters. Ooh, is that the Fire Archon? Oh, look, that's the Fatui Harbinger. I was, like, looking at that kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Nothing else. No other thoughts are running through my mind, except for their, it's like, oh, this is going to be controversial for sure. And lo and behold, it was. And I gotta say, man, it's the most stupidest controversy ever. We already had to do this back when Sumeru was revealed. Why is this getting brought up now? Did we not learn anything from last time, guys? Listen, I'm gonna be real upfront about it. I'm getting really sick and tired of this controversy. This controversy it's only been going on for only half a day, and I'm already sick of it already. Guys, I do not care if my culture gets represented into a video game. Do you want to know why? I play video games to have fun. I don't play them because my culture is represented in said video game. Sorry to freaking tell you. I think of video games as a hobby. I don't think of them as my freaking life. I have a life outside of video games. I go outside. I have to work, I talk to other people. I touch grass. But these people on Twitter clearly freaking don't. And it's very apparent. And this is another one of these things where I have to say, why in the world are we talking about this? It's like the Ukraine and Palestine stuff. I don't talk about that ever because I don't care. So, I guess I can kind of understand from the point of, I want to feel like I'm in the world, but, at the same time, it's like, you're asking too much from MiHoYo, They're a Chinese company, and you're just now realizing that they're racist. Brother, they're a Chinese company based in China, the same place where they don't like black people. So, tell me how that's any surprise to anyone whatsoever. I thought we already learned this lesson. Apparently not. Apparently people under the age of freaking 18 don't know what they're talking about. And even people over the age of 18 don't know what they're talking about. This is the most controversy ever. And I wanna, just call some people out. The VAs for this game is freaking crazy, bro. Why are you even talking about this? Why are you talking bad about your employer? You retard. They employed you so they can fire you if you talk behind their back. Am I stupid? You're literally biting the hand that feeds you. You're there's two VAs, okay? That literally, I haven't heard from them anywhere else except for MiHoYo games, which is Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Alright? Sucrose's VA and Topaz's VA from Honkai Star Rail. You were lucky to even land any of those roles in, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. They gave you a job. You were able to get more roles because you were in Genshin Impact. So why now, of all times, are you trying to talk smack about your employer? Don't you think that's not a good idea? Don't you think that's gonna get you fired? Nah. No. I really think voice actors should not be allowed to talk about topics like this because you're literally talking bad about your employer who literally, who gave you the ability to do more voice acting roles because you're in a big IP. So, I don't know. And for freaking, content creators, you're scum, alright? Because you're grifting. I mean, if you want to make that money, go ahead. Just say you're grifting, though. Be honest about it. Because clearly, some of these people, Dish, Twanto, freaking Doro, I don't have a problem with you guys, but I do have a problem with you grifting to your audience for no reason. You're literally just agreeing with these people so that you can get more subscribers for absolutely no reason. You want to make more money, and if you want to do that, go ahead, do that. The grind set is crazy. Good on you, I guess. But you got to be honest about it. And the people that are telling me that I should care about my culture being represented in a video game can go kick rocks, because I literally don't care. When I'm playing a JRPG, when I'm playing a gacha game, the first thing when I think about when I boot up the game is my Mexican heritage freaking represented in this game. Alright, sorry. Me personally, that's not something I would think about when I boot up any game whatsoever. I'm just freaking saying. The first thing I think about when I boot up the game is, oh, what am I gonna do in this game? How fun is it gonna be? Oh, what strat am I gonna do, once I get into said game? Like, you guys need to freaking grow up, bro. You're like freaking toddlers, complaining about, like, you didn't get to have enough time with your freaking toy. Like, calm down. Like, and the funniest part to me is, they think MiHoYo is gonna change anything because a lot of people on Twitter are talking about it. Bro, they're a Chinese company. Do you think they're going to listen to what any of the Westerners say? No. They haven't changed anything about the skin colors of different characters in Sumeru, and they're not going to do that in that law. And if they do, I'll be very surprised. And I know some people are going to call me a racist just because, I'm calling people out on this. No, I'm not. I mean, if you want to call me a racist, cool, fine, go ahead. I do make a lot of racist jokes, but, I'm not like an actual racist. Saying that someone is a racist for disagreeing that, about this whole situation, is freaking retarded to me. Like, why are we labeling people something they're not just because they have a different opinion than you do? That's freaking stupid. That is just completely and utterly ridiculous. And you're freaking childish for that. Like, I've seen, like, and, people will tell me, well, why don't you just freaking, just block the people, that are talking about it? I did. I've blocked over 47 people that are talking about this, but you guys are like roaches. Y'all somehow come back on my timeline every single time. And one of the days where I'll, like most of the time, right? Because, like, there'll be times during the day I'll be, scrolling through Twitter. And most of the time, I get recommended a lot of Trails Through Daybreak stuff or Trails lore because I'm playing Trails through Daybreak right now. And I'll look the stuff up like that on Twitter. And there's a lot of very nice people in the community, by the way, that are, that are explaining the lore and everything. And, it's a stark contrast to the Trails community and Genshin community. It's like, how is the Trails community, like, one of the smaller communities, a lot more... I mean, also, to be honest... Like, I don't think this is as big of a deal people are making it out to be. Like, am I just dumb? Like, is there like some more deep lore that I'm not understanding? Because from the looks of it, people are just upset that the culture isn't getting represented, in a video game. And it's like, okay, but are we gonna talk about the Assassin's Creed games then? Like, are we gonna keep that same energy for that, or no? I guess not. What about freaking Honkai Star Rail? I mean, they've added black characters in there. Are we gonna send MiHoYo's races then? I don't know. Like, you Twitter freaking retards who are chronically online have a very awful time of trying to keep that same energy, and it's actually kind of crazy to me. Like, you guys honestly need to freaking get off the internet. Because this is freaking pathetic. Complaining about nothing. Wasting your time, by the way, when you could be going out and contributing to society is just a crazy thought to me. Like, who cares if your culture gets represented in a video game? That should not be the one reason why you enjoy that piece of media. You enjoy that piece of media because you truly enjoy it. The story, gripped you. The characters, grabbed you, You're addicted to the gameplay. Whatever it might be, the world building. But there's no reason why you or your culture being represented in a video game should matter in the slightest whatsoever. I don't get it. I really do not understand. Maybe I'm just not a freaking retard on the internet, wanting freaking clout. I mean, most of the time, like, the Genshin community calmed down with the racist stuff quite a bit, and then it came to this. Like, what happened to complaining about the anniversary rewards? Or what happened to complaining about Spiral Abyss? This week's Spiral Abyss not being hard enough? What about the freaking power creep? Like, or the events? Like, what happened about those complaints? Are we just gonna get, are we to pretend those complaints don't exist now? Like, I truly do not understand people these days. And the reason why people don't ever want to join Genshin Impact or like join the Genshin Impact community or play the game at all is literally because of people like you. People like you are the reason why new people don't ever want to interact with the fandom or the community. It's freaking ridiculous. It's dumb. You should honestly feel ashamed of yourselves for acting like freaking little kids online. Like, adults are making, this a big deal. Makes sense. Freaking kids are making a big deal about this. They're freaking retarded. And it's just like, this is such a nothing burger. Like, controversy. This shouldn't have been a controversy at all. Like, when did we stop getting excited for, regions? Why is that now replaced with anger for certain aspects of what MiHoYo does? Like, I don't care if they said, oh, we're aiming to represent the, real life Japan or real life, New York City. Okay, and so they lied. All companies lie. All game developers lie. Boo-hoo, cry me a freaking river. Are you new to the gaming industry? Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. You guys need to get it together, man. People, like, wonder, like, why people don't want to interact with this community. They have this surprise Pikachu face when they're like, no, actually, I don't want to interact with that community because that community is toxic. And then you have the fattest surprise Pikachu face ever. It's like, no dip, they don't want to freaking hang around the community because you're making people like me, like us, like normal people look horrible. Like, this is not okay. Like, do not do this. If you're a reasonable person, and I'm not even saying you can't even, freaking, complain, I guess, but at the same time, you can't just be, belittling MiHoYo because they're racist and they didn't decide to get the exact skin tone of the color. They were off by 1 pixel. It's like, who cares? It's a gacha game. Why are you trying to immerse yourself in a, let me say it again, just for reference, gacha game? A game where you gamble for characters and weapons and skins? Yeah, that one. Why are we complaining about representation in a gambling game? This makes no sense. You guys are freaking pitiful, man. Like, every time I look at this kind of stuff on Twitter, it makes me want to leave the community. And I want to. There's a lot of times where I want to, but I literally cannot. I cannot. I've tried. But you guys are like ants, cockroaches. You guys come back every single time. And it's just kind of freaking ridiculous. Like, find something new to complain about. Complain about literally anything else. I would rather you guys complain about the awards being, the rewards being trash on the anniversary. Because at least that's something valid to complain about, and you're not calling the Hoyo racist because they didn't make their freaking white characters black. Like, seriously, guys, when did it come to this point now? When did we stop being excited for the game and started worrying about skin color or representation in a freaking gambling game? Like, guys, we can do better than this. This video is definitely not going to be received well by other people. I'm going to get called a racist, but I don't freaking care. I need to make this video so everyone knows for a fact that you guys have no idea what you're talking about at all. And it's sick and disgusting that I have to be a part of a community that calls a company racist consistently because their skin color for, their characters were just one shade off. It's dumb. It's freaking stupid and it's ridiculous. I get secondhand embarrassment having to be a part of that. It's just dumb. Like, this should have never been a controversy in the first place. And it's the people that are, arguing with people on Twitter about this, like, bro, go get a life, man. Get off Twitter. Get off the internet. Get off of social media. Because you clearly don't have bigger things in life to worry about at all. Like, your bubble of your world is so small, it's actually kind of crazy. I don't know, I just wanted to make this video. I'm getting really kind of sick and tired of, people, making this a big deal when it really isn't. It's not that deep, it's just a skin color change in a video game. Like, yeah, like, the history books, do you realize that the history books also change history for, historical figures too? Like the skin color of certain certain people back in the day, or, historic events. You do realize they changed some of that, right? Including in the movies, right? Like, I think it's kind of funny that no one had a problem with Nick Fury being black in the, the MCU at all. Or Kratos being, something else that he wasn't supposed to, or any of the God of War characters being, a different shade of color. Like, we don't need representation in video games to have fun in them. You just need to have fun in a video game to enjoy a video game. That's just how it is. That's how it should have been. But you got these freaking retards on Twitter who are chronically online, being like, "Oh, I need something to relate to. I need to be represented." Like, you don't, like, why are you trying to need to feel good about yourself? Like, are you depressed? Are you having a bad day or something? Like, I don't know. Like, come on. There has to be more to life than, a Chinese company who is very well known of not liking black people, acknowledging that you exist. It's crazy. It's actually kind of insane. I just hope for freaking, well, what's it? We got, now on Shneznaya. Shneznaya is coming up next. Holy freaking crap. Listen, can we just stop this? I don't want to hear any more of this controversy on Twitter. I don't really care if you make the characters black. You could do whatever with those characters. I've seen drawings online of these, being like, "Oh, I fixed it," characters. It's like, okay, I don't really care. Cool. You made a character black. You're an artist. Cool. Yeah, I don't, if the characters are black, cool, and if they're not, cool. I don't really care, it's not something that I'm like, looking forward to in the video game. And at the end of the day, man, like, it's just a video game. It's nothing, if it was a movie, maybe, but even then, no, still no. You just have no right to really complain about this, Like, I mean, yes, you can complain, but at the same time, no, you shouldn't, because it's, it's a waste of your time, and you could definitely be doing something better. Man, I don't know. I won't get it. I'm just not in the Genshin Twitter mindset. So, it's whatever, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of it. I just wanted to make this video because I've been thinking about it all day. And will probably make another video if this keeps going. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. And if you disagree, I guess try to argue with me in the comments, but no one's gonna ever do that, so that's cool. And yeah, that's all I got. See ya. No freaking way. That's actually freaking crazy.